you good miners and listen to my tale, how the good old Union coming here to dwell. Which side are you on? 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 Which side are you
Are you ready to make your voices heard? Are you ready to fight for your pensions? I said, are you ready to fight? We didn't start this fight, brothers and sisters, but let me tell you something. We are going to finish it. We're going to let the world know that a pension is not a gift. A pension is not a handout. A pension is not an entitlement program. A pension is the culmination of a life's work. We will not be robbed of our reward for our labor, brothers and sisters. The world needs to know that we will never stop fighting until we get justice. We are talking about food on the table. We are talking about saving communities, and there is no one better to welcome us to the community of Columbus, Ohio than our next speaker. Brothers and sisters, let's give a big welcome to our brother, President of the Ohio AFL-CIO, Tim Farga.
Let me just ask you a question, okay? We need to hear from you. Can we say yes to the United Mine Workers of America? Can we say yes to the International Brotherhood of Teamsters? Can we say yes to the Communication Workers of America and the Flight Attendants Association? Can we say yes to the Musicians Federation? Can we say yes to all the workers that create the wealth in this country and the American trade union movement? Can we say yes one more time? So nothing better than seeing working people coming together, because as we say in the trade union movement, an attack on one worker is an attack on all workers, and seeing working people come together to fight for what's right, and to have American people rally with us to protect the benefits we've earned is a beautiful thing, and I thank you for choosing Columbus, Ohio to be here for this. Nothing more sacred than the promise of a secure retirement after a lifetime of hard work. Sisters and brothers, I know what it means to work all your life, put your body in harm's way day after day, so you can take care of your family, support your community, and be able to look forward to retiring with dignity. My grandfather, Guido Calavini, a proud Italian-American, like many of his time, left school after the 8th grade to go work in the mines of western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio. He spent his entire work life in the mines and the majority of his living life working underground. And like those that go into the mines, sisters and brothers, he left a piece of himself there. Because of his union, the United Mine Workers of America, he was able to lead a good, respectful life and take care of his family. His union fought for him to make sure he could live this modest but good life, and for him, this was the American dream, and that's what we're here to talk about today, is the American dream, sisters and brothers. The bargain that Guido Calavini entered into was, in return for his years of hard work and producing for the company, he would receive a meaningful wage, health care, and would be able to retire with dignity. Because of his union, that promise was met. His pension and his health care meant that in his golden years, he could enjoy his grandchildren, support his local community, and help grow the economy. And after Guido passed, the union and pension took care of my grandmother in ways that's hard to put into words, but meant everything to her and our family. This, sisters and brothers, is what we are fighting to protect for more than 1 million of our workers and their families. And sisters and brothers, is this a fight we're fighting for? Let me ask you that. Thank you.
On behalf of the American Federation of Musicians, representing the largest union of jazz, country, folk, hip-hop, and symphonic musicians in the world, please give a big welcome to Alfonso Holler.
Here, brothers and sisters, emoting that same solidarity, assuring that the fruits of our labor, the spouses and children of the American labor movement who endured alongside mothers and fathers that worked so hard, will forever be secure. Today, the 50,000 retirees of our union thank each and every one of you, as well as the members of the Congressional Joint Select Committee who take seriously their role to shore up our pensions. This is not a worker against worker, or worker against management scenario, or Republican versus Democrat, nor is the damage to be corrected caused by any one particular labor-related entity. On the contrary, our management trustees are working right along with us to effect a joint solution. In fact, history shows that the same Wall Street greed that drove this nation's economy into the ground today is the same mentality that brought us to the edge of disaster during the Great Depression in 1929 and 2008. And it will be the same Wall Street mentality that in the future will see us stumble again unless the Joint Select Committee constructs a proper fix to the precarious economic conditions that grease the rails during our national economic disasters. God bless the union. God bless your families. God bless the work of the Joint Select Committee, and God bless the United States of America.
Our next speaker, he is the Assistant Director of the United Steelworkers of America, District 1, Brother Donnie Block. Steelworkers stand in solidarity with our mine workers, our Teamsters, our members of the UFCW, CWA, our musicians, our flight attendants, and any other members and retirees, saying we must fix this pension crisis. Congress has previously played a role in saving hundreds of thousands of workers' pensions with the creation of ERISA and the PBGC. Currently, retirement benefits paid by the PBGC up to a guaranteed maximum are outlaid at nearly 840,000 retirees in more than 4,700 pension plans that sadly ended. Congressional action has kept millions of pensioners from having virtually no retirement, and continued congressional engagement will ensure millions have more financial stability. Manufacturing pensions have been hammered by deindustrialization. Over 5 million good-paying American manufacturing jobs have disappeared since the year 2000. And factors on why multi-pension plans, particularly in the manufacturing sector, have been impacted. Our paper manufacturing pensions have felt the hit. The industry has gone through radical changes that no financial planner could ever have prepared for. In the past 10 years alone, we've lost over 63,000 production and non-supervisory jobs in the paper sector alone, which provided good-paying, family-sustaining jobs with benefits. That's 1/5 of the paper jobs that existed in 2008. For more than 4 decades,
Congress has made a commitment to ensure that millions of pensioners could retire with dignity. The United Steelworkers is eager to fight along with Congress to find a solution to the solvency of these multi-employer pension crises. Democrats and Republicans must come together to find a solution that does not needlessly hurt retirees and protects the promise of a secure retirement. Thank you.
Fix it! Fix it! Fix it! Fix it! Let's all give a warm welcome to the chairman of the Northeast Ohio Committee to Protect Pensions and the president of the National United Committee to Protect Pensions, Brother Mike Walden.
Every union has to come together on this. We have to bury the hatchets. We have to look at each other. You have to turn around, shake hands, pat yourself on the back. You have to do that for yourself. You people, and I get criticized for saying you people by my great friend Rita Lewis all the time, but you people need to come together. If you could get all of you down to Washington, D.C. at the same time, and the hundreds of thousands and millions of others as this affected 10.4 million people in the multi-employer pension fund. If we can get you down to Washington, D.C. for a couple times, Congress will have to listen. Because if they don't, the election is coming up in November. Why are we being divided as taxpayers? Why are we looked at as unions and not taxpayers like the rest of the taxpayers? It's time that has to stop. We have to make our voices known. For those that aren't here today and couldn't make it for health reasons, we understand. For those that aren't and sit back and watch all of you fighting for them, get your butt off the ground and get doing something. We need you. Come together, people. Shake your hands, pat yourself on the back. Thank you.
Fellow Hellraiser, President of the Association of Flight Attendants, Sara Nelson.
Out here. Let me tell you something about my sisters. Mother Jones said Rockefeller and his gang of thieves made the ladies, but God Almighty made women. And there are good women here today. Why are you here today? Because you have a union. When Enron workers lost everything, did anybody talk about their plight? No. You have a pension, you have a contract, you have the ability to fight because you have a union. Let's celebrate our unions. I want to hear you shout out your local right now. 1, 2, 3, let's hear your local. One more time. That is awesome. All right. Now all of you worked hard for our country. You earned the security of a pension together, and we're going to see that you get it. I know your fight personally. In 2005, at the end of the 3-year-long bankruptcy at United Airlines, they came after our pensions, like Pan Am and TWA and US Airways before them, and American, Northwest, and Delta after them. When $80 million would have saved our pension, the bankruptcy court approved terminating it while awarding $400 million to the top executives and a $4.5 million pension trust for the CEO alone. We fought every way we could. UMW, we were everywhere. We took our fight to Congress. We spread out all over Capitol Hill to get the lawmakers to force United Airlines to keep its pension promise. The pension we bargained for, the pension we earned. The pension, at the time, many congressional offices didn't even know what the PBGC was. Because since the passage of ERISA, pensions were simply a promise that would never be broken. Then when the White House plan to privatize Social Security didn't work, the attack turned to our defined benefit pensions to privatize them and take them to Wall Street. House Democrats introduced legislation and tried to hold a hearing to stop the termination of our pensions, but they didn't control the Congress. When Republicans refused, the Democrats set up the first ever online hearing. And in just 1 week, 15,000 flight attendants submitted personal testimony to bring the human factor to the fight. But Mother Jones told us we will fight and we will win, and we will fight and lose, but above all else, we must fight. The Senate failed to act, and our pensions were terminated. But because we fought, we doubled the amount United was willing to pay for a pension replacement plan, and we saved retiree health care for our retirees. You know, sometimes we fight by rallying. Sometimes we fight by marching. Sometimes we fight by going to jail. Sometimes we fight by voting. Sometimes we fight by singing. Sometimes we fight by striking. But above all, when we fight together. Look to your left. Look to your right. Look at the person behind you. Tell them, I've got your back. We leave no one behind, no one. I have one request of you. Tell everyone you know that you love your union. Tell 10 people a day to join unions, start unions, become leaders of unions. Share your story. If the 15,000 people here today promise to talk to 10 people a day, in 1 month's time we can talk, in 1 day's time we can talk to 150,000 people. In 1 month's time we can talk to almost 4 million people. Look at the power we have here. Let's tell the people of this nation what unions can do and the responsibility that we have to continue the fight for America's workers. I've got your back. Solidarity forever, brothers and sisters.
Honor to introduce the president of the Bakery, Confectionery, Tobacco Workers, and Grain Millers, David Durkee.
You did your part. You got up every day and every night and you went to work in the most demanding jobs in America. And many of your family members died doing that. You supported your families. You made your community a better place to live. You prepared for retirement through your union when you bargained for pension benefits. You did your part. Now Congress must do its part. Congress has, within its power, the ability to solve the pensions funding crisis in a way that protects retirees from ever having to choose between buying groceries or heating their house, between buying life-saving prescriptions or paying the electric bill. The largest drag on the U.S. economy right now is the student debt issue. But if this problem isn't solved, the retiree crisis problem, this will be the biggest drag on the U.S. economy. On behalf of the BCTGM, I want to thank each and every one of you, and I know we'll be seeing all of you in the future as this committee moves around the country, and I want to commend Senator Sherrod Brown.
Washington and across the nation on trade, on healthcare, and on workers' rights. Brothers and sisters, get on your feet and welcome Teamsters General President Jim Hoffa.
Thank you. All right. Are we ready to fight? Yeah, I'm madder than hell. And the answer is we can do this together. The answer is our voices have got to go out to the people who are there, the people in Congress, the people who are going to be making the decisions. They got to be heard from us. And the biggest thing is, we're registered to vote. Raise your hand if you're registered to vote. Raise your hand if you're going to vote for a guy that'll fix our pension. That's what we want. Fix the damn thing. That's what it's all about. This goes back to the crash of 2008. We were doing fine until the so-called bastards of the universe took over and crashed our economy. You remember that? They did it. You didn't crash the economy, did you? Hell no. And they crashed the economy, and you know what? We suffered for it. Central states lost $10 billion. Every other fund lost billions of dollars. And the answer is now they want us to pay out of our pockets. Hell no, we won't do it. Hell no. And what we've got to do is to find a way. And you know, they said, how are we going to do that? I got with my wealth right there. And we started out, and we went place to place, and we walked the halls of Congress. We started in Ohio and went to every state. We put together retirees from everywhere to talk to congressmen, to talk to senators, to tell them about our problem. And they're listening, but they're not listening good enough. They're not listening good enough. And we got to make sure they hear our voices. That's what we're doing. This is the beginning, and this rally will be heard everywhere. Everybody will see where we're at. We have the power in our hands. And once and for all, we are going to fix it. Fix the damn bill. Pass what's yours. Let's get this thing done. Thank you very much. And do it together. Do it together. Do it together. Thank you. Thank you.
Great West Virginia, Cecil E. Roberts.
He does not tell us to worship authority. Let me tell you who you should embrace today. 5.5 years ago, people said you can't do anything about bankruptcy. You can't do anything about powerful CEOs. So we gathered in Charleston, West Virginia. And people said, what are we going to do here? I said, the first thing we're going to do, we got ministers here. We got lay people here. We've got people of all faiths here. I want you to go home and pray about this and call on the Almighty God to touch this movement. I want you to think about that. Every movement in the history of the world has been a movement that took people outside of a building and put them in the streets. Can you imagine Jesus staying in a building and complaining to the disciples? My, it's tough out there. No, Jesus got outside, and Jesus and his disciples built the greatest movement in tell you, you talked about Moses earlier. He did not send Pharaoh a phone call. He never got on Instagram. He never sent him a text. Moses looked Pharaoh dead in the eye and told Pharaoh, "Let my people go." We must, as workers, as members of unions, stand up together, fight together, and win together. Now, if you're in this crowd today, if you're here today, and you have a child, a grandchild, a niece or a nephew defending our country, you won't throw your hand up. These are the people who have sent their kids off to war. These are the great Americans who have sacrificed the most for the United States of America. We in the mine workers know something. We know there's power in numbers. When they said, "You'll never get 10 cents out of Peabody. You won't get any money out of Arch. You'll get nothing out of Patriot." When we left St. Louis the last time, we had $400 million of their money. And if you think this doesn't work, Peabody called us. We had 6 men, 6 retirees walking around their building. And they said, "You get those 6 guys off of our property now, and we'll give you $10 million more. Let me tell you who we are. We are the farmers and the bakery workers that fed this nation. We are the Teamsters that moved this nation. We are the flight attendants that saved this nation when we were in the air. We are the nurses that healed this nation. We are the musicians that soothe our nation. This morning, union firefighters came to the aid of a UMWA retiree. Union firefighters saved this nation. We are the American labor movement. We are the people, and we are on the move, and ain't nobody gonna turn us around. There ain't no injunction to turn us around. There ain't no judge to turn us around. There ain't no jailhouse to turn us around. There ain't no Congress to turn us around. There ain't no government to turn us around. Because we are here, and we are the American labor movement. And this movement has been touched by the almighty hand of God, because we stand up for the people in poverty, the little kids that are homeless, the kids that can't find their parents. We stand up for the sick. We stand up for those who can't help themselves.
Back in the day, they're trying to take our pension from us, but we're standing fast as one big old happy family. That's right. Union, UMWA. Thank you very much.